Hello, hello, welcome to Mindset to Results. And today our guest is Iman Kamel, and she is going to share with us a very interesting topic which we will go to discuss. And this is about the quantum leaps. How, Iman?
Hello, dear. Quantum Leaps and Lost Socks is the title of the book, darling. So, so what is happening here is you wanted me to tell something about my story. So my
Yes.
story, my
Mhm.
story here is that there is a nomad surpassing this world, surpassing disciplines. I've started as an artist and then went into film industry and then went into culture diplomacy and then went into, big world affairs, international affairs. And parallel to all of this, I have been working with modalities of healing, with artistic expressions of dancing, and in entrepreneurship. So Ima has never her whole life worked from 5 to 9 anywhere in her life. So entrepreneurship, or I would say being your own boss, or being or bringing your vision into this world, I think this would describe it much better. This is the vision, or this is the mission that I have in this world. Because I do believe that each one of us has a very deep mission and vision into this world, like a deep frequency into this world. And I am here to bring this forth. To do this, you have to cross thresholds. You have to move from the cocoon to the butterfly. And mostly these processes are prescribed in the quantum physics as quantum leaps. And to bring it back to this field where I am working is the quantum leaps are always encountered with playfulness, with lightness, with childlike being, with all the aspects that we are embedding into the lost socks. So there is a kind of a balance here. So you don't really take this whole burden of being an entrepreneur or being a leader or working hard, like stop working hard now, instantly, when we are working together or when we are dialoguing together, because arresting and playfulness and lightness and seeing it from very different angles is the most power that you have.
Mhm. Yes, I read the book of Bryce Pritchett, U Square, and he says that quantum leaps is not hard work. It is the most effortless way, as you have to find the effortless way and the least resistance when you don't have to work or do a little work, and when you are
Yes.
in the state of flow and everything just you enjoy, do what you love what you do, and this is really, as you said, this is a frequency, it is a certain state.
Yes, but where, like most of your listeners will be sitting here and then they will listen to flow and effortlessness and like and like and it like it happens, like it's not passive. It's not a passive state of being. And it's not also a kind of a riddle, or it's not very far from you. Like it's not for the few or the gurus or the best ones or the smart ones or the even idiot ones. Like most of the idiots can also be very successful in some ways. The question would be always how, and I would tell you it's not about the how. It's actually about where are you in your alignment, where are you in your field. Like I'm doing acro yoga. I'm doing an acrobatic yoga since a few months. It's a whole new world for me, and it works with partners. And we have a goal that is always miserable. Like she's really always miserable, and she's always in challenged, but she's more and more challenged because then she lost her job, the next day she lost her lover, the next day she lost her, like it's compounding. Okay, so what is happening here is that in quantum physics, we have the entanglement. We have also the superposition. So if you really feel that there is all possibilities in your field, you will feel it in your body. You will act according to it. If you are
Mhm.
feeling that there is only one or two options, or it is impossible to arrive to, or it is like the quantum leaps, as you say, they happen actually organically, and they happen in the superposition. Sorry, they happen in the superposition, but you have to be aligned, you have to be prepared. Do you see when the athletes are in position just before they make the first move, either in tennis or in swimming? They are in, or cats, or when they are just before prey, you see them in a very, very relaxed position. But when you are looking into it, all of their muscles, all of their being, all of their presence is ready to sprint. So this is exactly what I'm trying to show here with the quantum leaps and lost socks.
Mhm.
So what happened here is, Elena, is that I got very, very sick, like near death sick. Like I was a year not even able to move my lips or swallow or move any part of my body without electroshock like waves. So I was lying like a piece of wood in the bed for almost a year, not even fed anymore, like prepared to go in peace, of course, like because I've done a lot in this world. Um, but like there was a pivot, there was a pivot here, there was a kind of a movement here that brought me back. So when they brought me back, my body was still very fragile, but my mind was very awake because I was like I was testing and tasting and reaching out to this world and you like a child. So I started to write, like I have been working through many disciplines. You omitted how to introduce me exactly because of that, because there are so many multidisciplinarity and multidimensionality in my career. So I have been bringing in all of these practices and all of my, like actually I was using my own healing processes that I've been working with hundreds of people. I have used it on myself. So I started to write, and I started to bring it into a process that I'm calling the Lotus Born Heart. I have been, like I've been in Egypt just before I got very sick, and I have been like watching the lotus in front of me blossoming, and the phases coming out of the mud and it thrusting through the surface and opening up her petals and then seeding her sacred seedings and then going back to the mud. So I have prescribed these processes in my book. And what I am believing in deeply is that everyone is a shaman, everyone is a healer, everyone is actually an entrepreneur, exactly as everyone is a child. You never have lost your childlike being. You never have lost your entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is what? Entrepreneurship is not only earning money or building your own business or getting your product out there in the world. Entrepreneurship is an adventure. Entrepreneurship is a journey. Entrepreneurship is a decision to say, hey, yes, 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 I have this idea, I have this vision, I have this power, I have this, all of these experiences. Let us just go for it. So entrepreneurship can be also motherhood. Entrepreneurship can be arthood, your creative art into this world. Nowadays, an artist has to market herself, has to position herself. This is entrepreneurship, So healing yourself. Don't go to gurus anymore, because the most of the power of healing is inside of ourselves. And I can tell you this. Of course, I had a surgery. Of course, I had many doctors and therapists in my team. But actually, to tell you the deep, innocent truth, The healing came from inside. The healing came from the yes to the world, back to the world. The healing came from, okay, we are doing this again. We are bringing me back home into this plane. And when it all happened, when they brought me back, I couldn't play it small anymore, Elena. And I know a lot about that, you know about it, how to not play small anymore. Because the vision is very clear. We want Eden on this earth. We want everyone, not only human beings, but also the trees and the animals, to be on their highest possible frequency. And this is actually a frequency of joy. This is actually a frequency of rejoicing. This is a frequency of, hey, you did it. Like, for example, yesterday, I wasn't able to base my flying partner, like, and I wasn't, and my teacher didn't let it go. He stand beside me and he let it happen. So crossing the threshold is my way of doing it, pushing you uh, across all of your limiting beliefs in your mind, in your heart, in your vision, in your environment. Most of it, Elena, comes from the environment, from your friends, from the people around you. They say, oh, this will never happen. A millionaire, okay, let him dream, let her dream. Like, so breaking through these barriers, crossing the thresholds, and most of the thresholds are not visible. And that's why we talk about the quantum leaps, because suddenly it's opening up. And and when I tell you don't ask how, it's very clear that I want you to be more and more and more into an alignment. I want you to be more and more into your state of being. I want you to ask yourself more and more and more, what is it that wants to be birthed through me? What is it that I can bring into this world that nobody else can bring into this world?
Yes, and this is interesting that today in the morning I was listening to Neville Goddard, his speech about lucky person syndrome. And in that video, he explained that how all this reality is simulation of what is going inside. It's just like a mirror of that vibration which we create, yes, which our subconscious mind create. And all the outside reality, we became the cause. Yeah, we created it.
Yes,
And
but then but Elena, sorry to disrupt you here, because most of these concepts would be very far away from me if I'm so far away from it. Like, I am absolutely in shit. Like, I'm absolutely working with debts. I'm absolutely working with illness. My business is not moving an inch. Like, so this is all of that would be far away. Like, I'm interrupting you here because most of us will say, okay, this is very nice talk, darling, and a very nice motivational talk. And I interrupted you here because the question would be how to start, like how to move forward, and how to break that like that like that. Because you can tell me as much as you can that the vibration outside is the vibration from inside, that you can tell the people in Gaza that the war is their inside war. Like, you cannot do this. So what you can do is give a kind of an opener, a key opener. And my key opening is always questioning. My key opening is always be very aware of it. Don't actually, like, I love to listen to gurus and to the guidance. I love it. Like, I am listening to it, but I want you to listen to yourself, because the deepest inner wisdom and intelligence is inside of your own guts. And if you listen to it, if you start to listen to it just a few minutes a day, just before going to sleep or when you wake up in the morning, 7 minutes, like just 7 minutes, listen to the deep desires, listen to what is vibrational inside of you. And then if you start to really feel it, Elena, because I am talking all about embodiment, not about theoretical vibrations and yes, and if you do this and that, and you have to match this and that and that. No, I want you to feel it. Don't talk to me. Shit, talk. Stop it. Feel it. Do it. Listen to it. Listen to your own being. Listen to your own body. Listen to yourself, because all of that, the quantum field is telling you that all of that knowledge is yours. It's in the field, so you can access it yourself. You can go on hundreds of audiobooks, like hundreds of years on audiobooks. If you don't bring it back home, if you don't bring it into that center of embodiment, it's futile.
Yes, exactly. This is exactly everything comes from within us, and we can use our imagination also, like listen to our body. Yes, it is our intuition which always speaks to us, and it always tell us what is right and it is never wrong. Yes, and we should, of course, listen to ourselves. And for this, we have to quiet our mind, because we live in such a busy world that most of people don't even think that it is worth it to spend some minutes to listen to themselves. Yeah, because they think that they're busy by being busy. Yes, so when we listen to ourselves, and then also when we create our reality by using our imagination. Yes, so this is how we get into that frequency, into the new frequency of our desires, and think about what we want instead of thinking what we don't want.
Yeah, imagination, a lot of people will tell you, like, for example, I'm not a visual person. I do open the Akash. I am a filmmaker, a renowned filmmaker, but I don't have visuality in my mind. So a lot of people will ask you, okay, so what is imagination? What is thinking? And I would tell you, if I challenge you and tell you that there is another way of embodiment, there is another way of seeing things. Look at children. Look at children when they start to walk. You know, like they just will start to roll down, and then they will go on their fours, and then they will fell on their buttocks, and then they will start again, and they will take things in their mouth. You know, so the embodiment process, Elena, here is crucial, is actually crucial, because you can tell me a lot about imagination. I cannot imagine, for example. I don't have this visuality. I don't even have the time. I don't even have these few minutes where I can really sit down, because my husband, my children, my employees, my business is starving. Like, so what I can bring here into this field, like if I am allowing myself to bring that into the field, I would actually make a small exercise with all of you, if you allow me to do so, because the imagination is not only visual. The imagination, or the manifesting process, or the bringing forth process, or the emerging of that what you really want, is actually not so far away in the air. Actually, it's here. It's actually here. So let us just imagine. No, not, yeah, imagine, but not as an image, or not as a kind something very, very far. I want you to be in your heart. Let us just for a moment get a feeling of our heartbeat, because most of the people can listen to their heartbeat. Mhm. And then if you, I cannot do that because my mic is on that side, but take your left hand and put it on your heart. This is your right heart. This is the Sufi heart, where you don't really feel the beat of the heart so much. It's actually more subtle. Where I want to go is what you don't see, what you don't know, but you know that there is the heart, because you know that you have your own heart. You have felt your beating of your heart just a few seconds ago. So if you put your left hand on your heart, I would be putting it in my belly at the moment, because my heart is, my right heart is busy with my mic. But just imagine that my hand is on my right heart. And I want you to ask this heart. First of all, feel your hand on your right heart. So there is a kind of a two-way process here. So you are touching your heart, your body, yourself, but also yourself is touching you, is embracing you, is holding you. There is a kind of, the body, the shape of your chest, it's giving you a solidity, it's giving you a message, it's giving you a respond, it's giving you a somatic experience of how are you embracing your heart. Mhm. So in this dialogue, holding and behold, listening and giving, like, of course you can talk to your heart, like just talk to your heart at this very moment. What is the most desire that you want at this very moment? Like, just talk to it, speak it in lover's language, like very, very softly, speaking it out loud or in whispering or in your mind. Mm-hmm. And then like just tilt your head a little bit. Lovers, when they come closer to each other very organically and whisper into the ears of each other. And then just, for a second, allow the receiving of a message. I'm still very, very excited. So I'm still having the beat of my heart still in action. So I would actually usually be more quiet and more relaxed for this practice. So I don't want to exclude my heartbeat. I don't want to suppress it, but I want to go into the subtler levels of my beholder, myself, is giving me an information, is giving me a message. And if it is not now, just allow yourself today, after listening to this podcast, to go along your day awaiting a message somewhere, awaiting a synchronicity, awaiting something that never happened before in your life. We call it the serendipity. We call it, like something unusual has happened in your life in that day. So I want you to be in receivership. I want you to receive that message, because if you are too busy and then you will just you will just cross your guru, so to speak. About this story that 70 years old like old man was waiting for his guru for 70 years, traveling the world, and then his guru was on the side of the road as a bettler, as a beggar, And then this man has surpassed that beggar, has surpassed his teacher, because he was not aware that that beggar was his teacher, his long-awaited teacher. So I want you to be in that receivership, that something unusual, miraculous can happen to you. Something very small or something very big. Allow both. Allow both. Allow something very big to enter your day today. And it is ignited, connected by this very simple touch on your right heart with your left hand, because the left part of us, the left brain, is the more subtle brain. It's the more unconscious brain. It's the more creating brain. It's the more receptive brain. And I want you to be moved by this touch. I want you to be also moved by your desire. Like, you can ask the question about, hey, I want to be free of the debts. I want to have my first client. I want my relationship to be good today. I want my teenie to not shout at me today. Like, whatever it is, ask that question and await that response that will come instantly or a little bit later. Mhm. So now I'm asking you, what happened in your body, in your being now, when we have went into very simple exercise like this? Could you trace any subtleties in your body, any subtleties in your mind, in your thinking, anything that has changed like slightly, like milliseconds of change, just because you opened yourself to such a simple exercise like this? And the embodiment of it, like the embodiment of your desire, is it really only in your head? Or did it drop down into your heart, even drop down into your belly, even drop down into the earth, giving earth? Like every time when we breathe out, we give earth, the plants and the trees, their nourishment. So are you giving your desire, your deepest desire, as a nourishment for the earth, for the Mother Earth? Are you behaving to yourself as your own lover? Are you behaving to your own business as your lover? Are you behaving to your son, to your husband, to the cashier in the supermarket as a loving being? The loving, the love-making frequency itself, the childlike being of a child, just laughing at the whole world, that is a natural birthright frequency. And I wanted you to feel it. I wanted you to bring it back home to yourself, because like when 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 I have this feeling that spirituality or mindset or abundance or the gurus of abundance are far away from me, and I'm here and I am small and I'm not achieving all of this, I wanted you to see how close, how intimate all of this we are talking about is for you now. Oops, sorry.
Yes, everything is within us. And when we learn how to hear ourselves and understand that all the answers to our questions can be found within us, yes, like our intuition can guide us. Yes, could you please tell more about embodiment? Because this is a phrase which people can hear, but I think not all understand what it really is.
Mm-hmm. I will question you back. Did you do the exercise? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So did you feel your hand on your heart? Did you
Mhm.
feel your beating of the heart on the left side?
I didn't hear beating because I have some
Ah, too
layers
much
of
things. Okay.
yes.
Do you hear my voice?
Yes, I did hear your
Yeah.
voice.
Do you hear my voice only with your mind, with your thinking, with all what you believe in, with all that you are in at this very moment, or are you aware of another listening, another childlike listening where I am okay? Is she telling bullshit, or is she telling something that is really interesting, or is she playing with me? Like the embodiment is a process that is happening now. And it's a very wonderful, it's a beautiful question, Elena, because the embodiment, like we do a lot of somatic work. I do a lot of somatic work. I work a lot with entrepreneurs where I do try to bring them back to their body, because a lot of the limiting beliefs and a lot of their boulders of like the blockages that they have, it comes from their childhood, it comes from their environment, it comes from their experiences that they had with losing money, losing everything, like being in scarcity. So when we work with these embodiments, I want it to be felt now, even the loss itself. I want to be felt inside of the quantum field. I want you to be almost like a being, like I sometimes I invite blockages inside of the field to listen to them, because blockages, you will not believe this, but we have an amygdala in our brain, and this amygdala is trained to let us be secure. So the amygdala will always stop us, will always say, no, 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 don't go so far. It is dangerous, okay? So I wouldn't disregard my amygdala, and I wouldn't disregard a friend when he or she warns me. I will listen. I will listen to it. Then I will listen to my own body. And if I feel it, I say, yes, okay. Okay, I got it, I accept it. If I don't feel it, I say, okay, it's not mine, it's yours, it's your projection. I will stay with my own embodiment. And embodiment, like, Elena, just look at children. Look at children, how they learn, how they touch everything, how the laughter is just even involuntary, and the cry, like they can laugh and then they something happens and then they cry. This is embodiment, darling. It's very simple. And the process of entrepreneurship, like I always say, the process of entrepreneurship is exactly like a child. You make two steps and then boop on your buttocks, and then you stand up again and you make two more steps. Then now there are four steps, and then back into the buttocks. Oops. And then you stand up again, and then you cry a little bit, and then you are in suffering a little bit, but then you lost it all, and then you walk again, eight steps, and then there is a cry of victory because your mother is on the other side and she is having you in her embracement. Okay? Is this embodiment enough for you to feel it, to see it?
Mhm. This is what I get from this, that children, they don't stop, right? That they already see the result as it is already done. Yes, they live from the end. They can see themselves as they already achieved that. And so they don't stop because they know that it is already there for them. Yes, so they are in that movement that even if they fell down, they stop because they know that they will get there. They don't have any doubts. Yeah, so if we speak about entrepreneurship, it should be the same attitude and the same commitment. Yeah, so it doesn't matter how many times you fell down, it matters how many times you get up and continue. And this is process when we continue and when we live from the end, so we don't doubt. We know what we want, we have that goal, and we just go there. And again, this lucky person syndrome, I like this term, and that you feel with this expectation of good things to happen, that you are lucky. Yes, and when you expect that you are lucky and everything is going to happen that will help you to get to your new step or achieve something, this is how you get yourself into that vibration, by expecting good to come into your life and thinking that you are the luckiest person because everything is going to happen the way how it should happen. And even those falls, as you said, yeah, they fell down and then they get up. So even attitude to these um, moments which they lost or dark moments come, also the attitude should be that we embrace this moment because it is always the lessons in them for our transformation and growth. Yeah, so when we live with this, that even something bad happens, but we embrace it because we always can find something good, even in something bad, right? And this is how we keep ourselves in that happy state. Doesn't matter what happens. And this is again like how the child, they fell down, they cry, and then again they smile just in a second. So this, yes, this is for me what is
Yeah,
embodiment. When
yeah.
you feel
It needs a lot of unlearning. It needs a lot of unlearning because we have learned a lot. We have learned that working hard is successful. We learned that it is only possible when you when you sell your soul, when you know, like so the unlearning process, like I have been talking, like this is also very interesting because I have talked about the learning of a child and how fast and how exponential compounding the learning is. Just a few months is just watch a child learning in a few months is what like what we are, couldn't even learn in years. But the unlearning process is also the process of freeing yourself from all of that, the cultural imprints, the environmental imprints, the ancestral imprints. Like I come from Egypt, and Egypt was always theft. Like all of the colonizing countries came to, like to take all the Nefertiti and all of the, like all of the golds and treasures away. So all of these imprints can be unlearned, because then you can be like, then you can stand, the Buddhist will say, in this beginner's mind. I would make it much, much simpler. I would say the unlearning process is actually a process where I am here. And like I gave you that practice because I was saying this is the most simple, fucking simple thing that you can do. Put your hand on your heart and listen and feel the dialogue between you and that hand, because this hand is hold as well. You are holding your breast or your chest. I'm here almost on my chest because of my microphone, but you are also hold, like there is this body that is holding you. So the unlearning process is very important here. And like I had to unlearn a lot. I'm coming from a very, very restrictive tradition in Egypt. Like I wasn't even able to love a man without marriage, or do, like do many, many things because of this social code and that social code. So the unlearning process is also very eminent here, Elena, for entrepreneurs, but also for entrepreneurship as a mind, as a set mindset. Because the most of you will tell me, okay, so sorry, the camera has moved. So like most of you will say, okay, I have to learn this and that. Of course, know how, of course, the craft of entrepreneurship. Like I'm doing YouTube channels, my YouTube channel, I'm learning every damn day about every little thing in that craft. But unlearning is a process of a very active, a very proactive process of being in this world without a hurt, being in this world before you have been wounded, being in this world before you have lost everything, being in this world before the very first wound has happened into you, as a woman, as a man, as an emotional, as an entrepreneurial, a loss or betrayal or whatever it is. So when you go back to this unlearning process, this is the quantum field, this is the patent field, this is the superposition of you. This is the Schrödinger cat. She is dead and alive, and dead and alive at the same time, and many, many other possibilities. This is the superposition. This is the possibility where you can tap into. And this is not theoretical, and this is not far away from you. This is what you can feel when you observe something. The scientists, when they observe the particle as a wave, they will see a wave. If they observe the particle as a kind of an object, they will see it as a neutron or proton. So the process of unlearning will give you this, like the playfulness again, the lightness again, to see things different. Because in the holographic being, like I have been talking now about my book Quantum Leaps and Lost Socks, but my whole body of work is called holographic being, because holographic being means what? Means that in the drop you are the whole entire ocean inside of the drop. You are the whole entire power of yourself inside of one act that you're doing now, like now. Like if you just say yes to something, just try it. Just say yes to something, maybe to that practice. 7 days, make that practice for 7 minutes, 7 days, and just give yourself this possibility that something is changing, that something is happening. You would be very surprised, very surprised.
What is that practice exactly for 7 days, which you mentioned?
So I have gave you the hand on the left heart, on the right heart, right, on the right heart, because it's the, like it's, you don't really feel the beating so much. And this is also the, actually they call it the subtle heart, the Sufi heart, the spiritual heart. And then just be in communion with yourself for 7 minutes. Listen to your desire, speak your desire out, listen to messages coming in these 7 minutes or across the day, and then just check up day one, day two, day three, day four, day five, day six, day seven, and just come back to me, because I am giving you the most simplest practice that you can ever make. And you will be surprised by the quantum leaps that can happen in your life. And this is it, the tiniest movement of angle of perceiving or a kind of an insight over a relation or something that ignited your interest. You're like, the tiniest aspect of it will move mountains. This is the quantum leaps. And the lost socks is always for playfulness and for the whimsical and for the things that you always try to hide away. You know, the holes in your socks, or the two socks, unmatched socks. Like this is the other side of this whole adventure, that you are playing with it. It's a game. It's a kind of like it's a kind of I want to find out. Like I want to find out. Yeah, my business crashed when I got sick for 1 year. Like most of it crashed. And you know about all of this, Elena. We have shared, both of us, from our story. And I'm sure your audiences know a lot about your story, but I lost everything. And now I am in absolute superposition. Can we get that business back to the highest state again before the illness? Can we bring that to a new level? Can we make a scaling up? And the questioning itself is a power. Like this feeling of, yes, I can, like what you say, the child does have no doubt whatsoever that he will get that toy, or he will get through the room to the other side, to the embrace of her mother. No inch of a doubt. So when you ask yourself this being of yourself now, for example, and a lot of can't, I can't, oh, I can't afford this, I can't do this, I can't work more, I can't work less, because if I work less, I will not be achieving this and this. No, all I can't can be transferred into I can.
Yes, and the secret to this is to listen to yourself and find that effortless way. Yeah, when you come from the place of already your desired result being there, waiting for you, and with that confidence and thinking from that space, yes, like feeling that energy, how you will do if you already that person, if you already achieved that. So coming from the end will help you to get to that right frequency, to start attracting right things to come into your life, because you never know how you will achieve it. It's not by doing hard things and doing hard work. It's by doing things in a certain way, which we discussed today. Thank you, Ima, so much. Yes, we have to now wrap it up. And really, it is a deep topic. Of course, I think that people who are listening to us maybe need to listen it again because it is a lot to think and digest. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing and
Thank you, Elena. Thank you so much. And accept yourself as you are. You're like, I didn't do my fingernails, for example. You're like, accept it. The very first step you can do is accept where you are now and accept yourself, even if you have facial hair, even if you have weaknesses, even you are if you are stuck, just accept it at this very moment. And with your practice, just listen to it, smile to it, love it, give it love, make love to love itself. Beloveds, thank you.
Yes, love yourself because everything is love and you have to come from the place of love. Yes, and the first person to love is yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you cannot feel that frequency. Yes, like frequency of that gratitude that you are here in this world and you are given so many talents and gifts and you are exactly that person who you are, and you can discover so much more.
Yeah, in the airplane, you put the mask on your face first before you help your child and the elders. Mhm.
Yes. So, thank
That's
you
it.
so much, Ima.
Thank
And
you, madam. Have
yes,
a beautiful day. Connect to me. Like there are so many ways to connect to me. Like just like just connect, just ask questions. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
yes, thank you so much, Ima. You have so much to share, so I'm looking forward to speak to you again in our future episodes.
Me too, beloved. Be well, be well, be well.